Hey, Josh here, and today we'll be quilting straight lines in rail fence block for the building block quilt along. You can see here I've had to come back because I actually forgot about this little area here. So with this one, be prepared to do a lot of travel stitching and do something that I didn't do. Plan it out before you start to get a rough idea of how you want to tackle these triangles here. And another thing with this block, actually the only thing, the technical issue, is with all of these triangles, you're going to be rotating a lot, and you're going to be holding on to the fabric from the corner, which is kind of tricky. So just keep that in mind as you work. Go there. I'm going to come down here and finish off the corner. Yeah, you can see all the travel stitching I've had to do here. If you plan out, you wouldn't have to do as much. Yeah, you can hear what I'm talking about with the corner. I don't know about you, but my stitching always suffers whenever I get close to the corner or the edge of the block. And far and away the trickiest part of this block here are these tight little corners. Moving down, now we're going to work on these long rectangles. Go into easy mode for a little bit. But technically, I found this whole quilt block to be pretty easy. Nothing really new to speak of. And just try to stick with the line as well as you can. And I'm using a Spoonflower cheater panel, which makes life a lot easier. But being a beginner quilter, you'll notice when you're drawing outside of the line, so that can be frustrating. Now, as I said, there's nothing new here. This is a repeat, but repetition is the key to practice and getting better at anything. I actually did my first cheater needle to bury a thread, hide it, and that took me a good 15 minutes. Leah and I were having a conversation about that. She was wondering why so many people were hesitant to do some of these things, and I told her, well, you make it look so easy, and the rest of us can't do this in literally 30 seconds. So I'd recommend, it's a great technique, and it will really make your quilts pop. I'd recommend just getting some scrap fabric and practicing with it.
This is the end of your thread, so there's only the top thread on top. You need to give that top thread a tug. Give it a little tug. Not too hard, not too hard. Okay. Alright, now use the tip of your cheater needle to kind of pull out the bobbin thread a little bit. There should be a little loop.
Okay.
Is it coming up? Okay, every once in a while the top thread...
it's through it, but it's not coming up.
It's not coming up. Okay, well let's try flipping it to the back and do it the opposite way. So this time, give that bottom thread, give it a tug. Not too hard.
There it goes.
There it goes. Now grab that and it should come up to the surface. So
yep, okay.
if it doesn't work on the top, try it on the bottom. Okay, now tie the 2 threads together in an overhand knot.
Now that's different from the usual tying your shoes knot, as I learned.
Yeah.
Now Leah's going to direct me how to do it.
Okay, so have the 2 threads together, make a loop. And then put the tails through the loop. It might be easier if you take your gloves off.
Yes, I would. I'm going to do
Okay,
that, right?
take your gloves off real quick.
Much better.
Yeah. So make a loop. And then, yeah, send the tails through the loop. Perfect. Okay, now bring that knot down to about 1/8 of an inch from this quilt surface. If you need to, grab your cheater needle and you can use that to kind of help you bring it down. But you don't want to bring it down too close. Those cheater needles can be slippery. There you go. I find if you put it in the loop, yeah, there you go. You can bring it down.
So essentially right on top of that 1/8 of an inch away. So right there.
Very good.
So pull it tight.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so now you want to insert your cheater needle pretty close to where these threads are coming out. You want to insert it and run it sideways, kind of through the middle of the batting. So insert the tip.
Remember, it's just through to the batting.
Yeah. You don't want it to come out, but you want to get the tip of the needle in right where the threads, over here, over here, over here. Right where the threads are coming out. You're way over, right here.
Okay.
Where the threads are coming out of the quilt. There you go. And then slide it in. I've got my finger in the back.
How deep do we go?
Well, you want to kind of slide it in and then bring the needle up, but let's take a look.
Uh-oh.
It's coming out the back, so this is what you want to be careful of. Okay, so pull it back out again, reinsert it, and this time kind of maybe, see, you're right-handed, maybe keep this hand underneath the quilt.
Here we
so
go, I got it, it's in there, you can see, there.
Okay, alright, flip it over so you can see and check yourself.
See?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's in place.
And here's why they're called cheater needles, because you don't have to put them through the eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what I usually do is just kind of grip it and kind of pull it out a little bit, and then pop the 2 threads into the eye. Awesome. Now, if Josh pulled it through right now as it is, more than likely the threads would pop back out of the needle. Because it's an open eye, you want to just give that a little tug back out, just make a little loop there, and that will give you enough space where the thread won't pop out. Okay, run it through. Yeah, it kind of wants to stab back into the quilt. Perfect. You got it. Give it a little tug.
Go all the way.
Yeah.
And then you just cut it off.
And you want to
as
give
close to the fabric as can without cutting into the block.
Yeah. Perfect. See, it did not take 20 minutes. It took like 5.
Let's also remember that Leah was here too. So. But the best thing with this is just to practice doing it until you get comfortable with it, because Leah can literally do it in about 30 seconds. Actually, more like 10 seconds.
The more you hide your threads, the easier it will get, and it will look great. Very nice and secure, and it looks good too.
My name is Josh Day, and this is my experience quilting straight lines on a rail block. And you can find this cheater panel I've been using on spoonflower.com, as well as the cheater needles on leahday.com. Until next time, let's go quilt.